Hey everybody, so today we're going to be looking into some ways to increase your efficiency and make it so that you save time, reduce errors, and have more time for analysis rather than just fighting your spreadsheet. So we're not going to be talking anything very complex, no complex macros or coding here. Those are really everyday tips that anyone can use. Okay, so first one I'm going to show you is how to use Autofill. So the example here that we're going to use for autofill is how to drag to fill the handle for the sequence. So for example, let's say we want to do the months of the year. So I'm just going to type here Jan. Okay, I'm going to click on the cell and I'm going to come here to the bottom right. And I'm just going to drag and hold this down for as many months as I need. So here I dragged and I made it until April. I could drag more. Sorry, let me come back. I could drag more and get more months. And you see I went down all the way to October, November, December, and then it starts again. Cool. So autofill is super handy. Really recommend you use it rather than typing one by one. Okay. Now another one that is super helpful is just using quick navigation, using your keyboard for quick navigation. So if you use Control and your arrow keys, you see how here I am in cell A2 in January. So if I press Control and I press my down arrow key, I come all the way down to the bottom. If I need to come back up, I press Control again and arrow up, and I come back up to the start of the data. Now if you need to select all of the data, you press then Control, Shift, and the arrow key down, and there you go, you selected the whole data. Okay, let's go to the next one here, which is removing duplicates. So I'm going to show you actually here on column A. You see I have some months here that are duplicates. So let's use the trick that we just taught you, which is Control, Shift, arrow key down to make a selection of the whole data set. Then you're going to come here to Data, Data Cleanup, Remove Duplicates. It's going to ask you, does the data has a header row? Yes, it does. This is the header row in A1. And what columns do you want to analyze? Select all. Basically, I have only A selected, so that doesn't really matter. Okay, remove duplicates, and there you go. 2 duplicate rows were found and removed, 12 unique remain. So that's exactly what we needed. All right. Now splitting text. This one here is very simple, but very useful. So we're going to split the names. You say, for example, you have a long list of names and you need to split them. So you're not going to come here, double click and do it manually. You can just do a quick split text. So select data, split text to column. We're going to click. What is asking you, what is the separator? What is separating the data you want to split? So you can tell it to detect automatically, or you can tell it, is it a space, period, semicolon, comma. In this case, it's a space. And there you go. You select the separator and the names have been split. Okay, let me do a Control Z to have the data back in. Now very quickly, tables and filtering. Let's look at a different tab. So here is some data that I have. Sorry, I had a filter view there. I'll show you how to get there. So this is my data, and if I need to play around with it, I can come up here to this funnel symbol, click on it, create a filter, and automatically it will create a table for you here. You can see the filter is in because you see the funnel symbol here. And for example, you could filter if you want to look only at product A. You remove the others and leave only A selected. Okay. Whenever you see the funnel symbol is bolded, it means that there is an active filter being used in there. So if you want it back, you can just come here, select all 3. Okay, and the data is back. Now, very important, whenever you filter something in a spreadsheet, everyone else who's looking at the spreadsheet with you will see the data filter the way you filtered it. If you want to filter only for yourself and you do not want other users who are in the same spreadsheet to see your filter, you can do that as well. You can come here beside the filter. There is something called filter views. So that's where I was before. So you're going to click on it and you're going to go create filter view. And you see the color is different. You can see here at the top left, temporary filter, okay? And here you can play around and do as much filtering as you want. No one else will see this. This is a view that is exclusive to you. Only you are seeing this. And let's say if you have a spreadsheet with data for multiple people and you want to see only your data, so you could just filter here for your own data, okay? And this is a data set that you come back to frequently. You could save that filtered view. So you come here to the top right and you click on Save View. You give a name to it, so you could say My Data, for example. Okay, you save it. And now to exit the filter view, you just click on the X here at the top right, okay? So here we are back to the main data. But if you want to go back to that filtered view, you come back here, top right, filter views, you click on the little arrow, and My Data, the filter view that you had saved is here. So if you click on it, you go back to that selection that you had filtered. Okay, so this is super handy. And there was one little last thing that I wanted to show you, which was Spakline Charts, which is also super handy. So let me just reduce here to 100 so you can see the whole data set. Maybe even a little more. Let's go down to 90. Okay. Now let me remove this filter. So let me close the filter view. And also let me remove the main filter. So a Spakline chart basically is a way of doing a chart inside a cell. So it's a very tiny little chart that doesn't crowd your spreadsheet. So in order to do this, you're gonna use the Spakline formula. So you're gonna go equals Spakline, and you see here the helper will give you the option. So Spakline, okay. If you click, this is a tip for you. When you see the question mark here, this, if you click on it, is going to help you fill in the formula. So first thing is, what data do you want on the Spakline? We want all of the data here from B2 to M2. So we're gonna do B2 to M2. So this is the data that we want in the Spakline. And we don't need to select anything else here. So for now, we're just gonna press return, and that's your Spakline formula. And again, in the sake of efficiency, if you want the same for the other data sets, we're just going to click on the right here and drag this down. So those are the tips today. I hope you find this helpful. Let me know which ones of those you knew and which one of those were new to you. And I hope you find this helpful.